Big news coming out of Nebraska. Tyson Foods is shutting down its beef plant in Lexington. That's about 3,200 jobs in a town of just 11,500 people. Yeah. So that's nearly one in three residents that work there. Now, why? Because America cattle supply has dropped to the lowest level in 75 years. The company says that it's consolidating operations, moving production elsewhere, and even cutting shifts at its Texas plant. Another 1,700 workers will be affected. Now remember, this isn't about one factory. It's about the future of rural America. Lexington economy, ranchers, truckers, and small businesses are all bracing for the fallout. Now tell me, what do you think? Corporate survival move or a devastating blow to working families? Now keep in mind, Lexington, Nebraska voted for Trump 72%. And this is what they get.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So all credit goes to the creators in this videos. Go guys, here's the deal. Tyson Foods just announced that they are closing their beef plant in Lexington, Nebraska. Guys, that's a huge facility. About 3,200 people work there, and it processes about 5,000 cattle every single day. Now this place is not small, and for the town of Lexington that has only about 11,000 residents, guys, we are talking about not just few jobs. This is like almost a third of their workforce gone. And now people are already talking online, saying things like it's because Lexington, Nebraska, voted overwhelmingly for Trump, and this is political payback, guys. Let me know what you think, because Nebraska is about to find out why. Now, the US cattle supply is at a record low, right? Ranchers are running small herds than ever before, droughts, high feed prices, another cost have made it tough to grow herds. And you know that fewer cattle means fewer animals to process. And running a plant that big on fewer cows, it definitely lose money every year. So Tyson's beef decision has been struggling financially, right? With losses stacking up over time. And I believe that this is the time they are just like, their plants cannot run on a loss forever. And they did the math, and obviously they have decided to close, guys. Don't you think if they have listened and probably did not vote overwhelmingly for Trump, like people are saying, they wouldn't be in this situation because of these economic policies, guys? Let me know, because so many videos that I watch, a lot of people are not even feeling pity for them. They are saying that it's the season of FAFO, because come January 20th, guys, all those people will be out of jobs. And if 3,200 of the workforce is out of job out of 11,000 people, guys, that is like exactly one third. It's going to be brutal. Let's see what these creators have to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you soon.
If you want a live review of the impact of corporate greed in America, you need to look no further than what's happening right now in Lexington, Nebraska. Hi, my name is Beverly. I'm a chief operating officer and your chief empowerment officer. Tyson Foods, yes, those chicken nuggets, announced that they are laying off 3,000 of the 11,000 people who live in Lexington, Nebraska. 30% of the town is going to lose their jobs. 30%. But that's not all. Because Tyson is the largest employer in that town, there is going to be a projected increase of job losses, anywhere up to 7,000 people in that town losing their jobs because of the ripple effects. Everyone, I want you to meet Donnie. Donnie is the CEO of the company that owns Tyson, Jimmy Dean Foods, Hillshire Farms. Yeah, he made $34 million last year, according to SEC filing reports. He gave himself a little raise in 2025 because in 2024 he made 22 million. And while the official reporting from Tyson is that they are working with the workers to provide job support assistance to get them into a transition role and set them up for a new opportunity, we all know what that means. Because come around January 20th, which is when they said that all of these folks will be effectively losing their jobs and the town will start to disintegrate, these 3,200 people will be without a job. And subsequently, several thousands more from the closing of restaurants, clinics, businesses who rely on that infrastructure from a large plant like a Tyson. Manufacturers, people who work in food processing plants, these are the people who help keep our country running. And while I cannot find any reports on the compensation package that they are giving these folks who are being laid off in a couple of weeks, I know that it's not enough. And you and I both know that it's not enough. Maybe you all as the audience can help me understand this in case I'm missing something. If cattle supply is decreasing, droughts are increasing, and beef sales are decreasing, can you help me understand why C-suite salaries for Tyson are increasing, knowing that they are destroying the livelihoods of an entire town of people? Can you imagine that? Like you get home from work and somebody's like, "Hey honey, how was work today?" "Oh, nothing much, sweetie. I obliterated a town in Nebraska. That was something interesting today." And I'm working on Texas too because we're going after those plants. But anyway, do we have pickleball coming up? If you or somebody you love is an impacted Tyson food worker, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments, either now or following January 20th, whenever you're comfortable. This is a generational misfire by Tyson. There's somebody who I saw in an article who dedicated 35 years of their life to working at Tyson plants while living in that town. Maybe choose a different chicken nugget tonight.
The Tyson plant gave us notice of a layoff procedure, warn notice, over a week ago. They'll be closing their facility as of January 20th, impacting 3,200 individuals for the community of Lexington. The general mood of the individuals coming in for our services, of course, is anxiety. What do I do next? Will I have a job? Where do I go? And what do I do from here? Tyson workers make up about 3,200 of the population of 11,000 of Lexington, and so they have a great impact upon the culture, schools, and everything that a community is comprised of.
I have 4 kids. My oldest is 21. I have one that is 13. I have one that is 11, and I have one that is 8. So when I told them, their reaction was to cry. They were mad. And I'm guessing that was just a reaction because they were heartbroken. They don't want to go anywhere. This is their home.
These plants have been underutilized, and we have a shortage of cattle out there in the U.S., and because of that, very vulnerable that somebody might shut down. Really, my heart was broken over the change of what it does to our community. We have a very strong community in Lexington that really is close-knit and very accepting of the packing industry as well as all industries.
We just hardworking people. That's it. We're just hardworking people. All we do is go to work, come to church. That's all we do here.
The emotions are just the same, just like everyone feels, because this is something, like I said, that touches every fabric of this community. No one seems to be spared. In the midst of all of that, the message remains the same, that whatever God allows to come to us, He allows it because He knows what He's going to do about it in the end. So I keep assuring them not to be afraid.
Have you heard about Lexington, Nebraska? Yeah, it's been popping up in the news recently because they're closing a Tyson beef plant. It employs 3,200 workers in a town of no more than about 12,000. So this plant closing is basically going to wipe out the entire town. And one point that's very interesting is if you look at the election results of Dawson County, where Lexington, Nebraska is, they voted 75% for Donald Trump. And wasn't this the man that claimed America first, that when he put tariffs on other countries, Americans would gladly and proudly pay the higher prices, and industries would come back, and we would have everything here we needed. We wouldn't need another country. Well, that didn't happen. He took off the tariffs again, and now prices are going down in other countries. We gave $40 billion to Argentina so that they could sell their beef and their soy and run our cattle ranchers out of the market. So now, on top of, yes, cattle herds dwindling, someone in the comments will come and say that, but this beef factory that voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump is now falling victim to his policies, to his failed tariffs, to his failed American First policies. This is going to be a sad story, but it's an FAFO because these people voted overwhelmingly to shut down this beef factory by voting 75% in this county for Donald Trump. Nebraska is going bankrupt as a state, and this county is going under as the beef factory is set to close and wipe out an entire town.
Guys, let's talk about what happens after a plant this big shutdown, because this is where the reality really hits hard. Losing 3,200 jobs in a town of 11,000 people is a shockwave that definitely spreads through every part of life. Firstly, there are people that have built their lives around this job. Like, the payroll is just going to stop. The families are going to lose income. The bills still have to be paid. Mortgage, rent, utilities, groceries, all those things will not wait for you. And even if some workers can maybe move to other plants or find new work, not everybody will be able to. And some of them will just be left scrambling or looking for new jobs in new towns that might be far away, adding travel costs and uncertainty into their lives, guys. That is immediate human impact, guys. They're talking about the local economy. When thousands of people lose their paychecks, everything slows down. The restaurants, the gas stations, the shops, the service providers, all of these people depend on the money that these workers spend. Now, fewer customers means lower sales, and some small businesses may even close because they would not be able to survive without the steady income that this plant provides. So everything is just interwoven. And housing is another area that will shake, because for families that will move out looking for maybe work elsewhere and leave their houses empty, rent might drop, neighborhood shifts, and property values might also decline. And all the schools that rely on property tax and local spending will face tight budgets, guys. It does not just stop at their jobs, it spread through the community. And let's not forget about those ranchers and the cattle supply chain, because Lexington was a key processing point. Now, the farmers and the ranchers will now have to drive cattle much further, paying more for transportation and possibly losing out on competitive bids. And it adds pressure to the already tight margins, guys. Livestock market, trucking companies, all of them will feel the impact because of the one plant that closes, and the entire network will be strained, guys. The ripple effect spreads far beyond Lexington. This thing does not just stop at money, because I feel that socially and psychologically also the impact is huge, because we have families that will be facing uncertainty, we have communities that will lose their central gathering points, we have the town that will lose the energy, the vibe, the pride, the stability. Schools and local programs may struggle as funding is also going to struggle, participation will drop. Guys, FAFO, that is what so many people are saying, and they are saying that these are the consequences of taking away the cornerstone of the community, because people are definitely going to feel it in their wallets, in their daily lives, in their neighborhoods. Businesses will feel it, reduce customer sales, ranchers will feel it, and the ripple effect just goes on and on and on. It spreads through every corner of the town, the surrounding and the region, and even the state economy. You saw in these videos, the other woman was crying, she has 3 children, she doesn't know what is going to happen. And many people online are saying classic case of FAFO, because apparently about 72 or 75% of them voted overwhelmingly for the Trump administration, and they are saying that they are reaping what they sowed. So out of the videos I watched, many comments that I read, many people are not even feeling pity for them, But as usual, you cannot but feel pity for those of them that did not F around and they are finding out. But for those that F'd around, well, apparently they had it coming. Guys, what do you think in the comment section? I really want to hear from you. My heart goes out to them, and I really hope they find solutions to their problems. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I really want to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.